What's up, guys? Shouri here, and today we are going to go over Tigris. So, I've been a little bit AWOL, not playing as much, but now that I'm back, we are going to be getting into everything in the meta, and oh my god, this guy is amazing. I mean, he's been out for a little while, so you guys probably already know this, but I'm going to go over some of the things I've learned from the top pros, and then some of the things I've came up with myself that will help you in your ranked games, because a lot of people aren't playing Tigris right. They're playing it like it's a DPS, because it is kind of second tank, but you can be such a good support player with this, and it is so valuable. So make sure you're using that shield, make sure you're going in using your stuns to protect your healer, just like that, and don't just think of yourself as a damage dealer, and right there, 500 health, oh my god. But what we did was we stayed in, we helped our healer, we made sure that they had all the support they need, we got the shields, we're coming back, we're not abandoning them. A lot of Tigris I see, they'll just charge in and abandon everything that they love and hold dear, aka that neon. And instead of doing that, what we're doing is we are making sure that we stay within the neon's range, and sometimes we will go out like this, but we're always one leap away from getting back. And right here, we do go, thank god this guy just got stuck or wasn't playing, I'm not 100% sure, but either way, it worked out great for us, and here we go, they have a Tigris. What we're doing is getting out, because like I said, you want to be near your healer. You want to make sure that you're there to protect him if he gets rushed, and also you don't want to get caught off by yourself. The neon has to separate to help you, and that's something I see a lot with this character, because it's so good just to run in and get all these kills, but what's even better is staying back and protecting your team. And by the way, I want to give huge props to this neon. This neon was insane. I actually played with them a few times. We just got randomly matched up. They played Iris and Sindri as well, and god, that healer was amazing. And if you can get matched up with a good healer, just go find a friend. I tell this to everyone, if you want to rank up, make sure you're going in at least a party of 2, 3's even better. Find some people you trust, play a tank, play a healer, and right here, Tigris, as you can see, is a goddamn DPS monster. This guy's doing it all. But remember, that shield is there, and it's a very valuable thing to get yourself closer, to kind of, lull the fight a little bit until you can get your stun back up. It can do so many things, but most people are not using it to help their team. And it is a smaller shield than other things, so I do get it, and it's so fun to be aggressive with this guy, and that's exactly what we're doing. We are running into these fights. We are being aggressive, but I do want to stress so much to help that healer, but we do have some other tips as well. So what you really want to do is you want to make sure that you are watching all the lanes and you have all the power here, because remember, you can leap out, you can use your shield, and then if you find a good opportunity, you can rush in and just kill the entire team. But if you want to separate yourself from the others, you want to have chaos, but controlled chaos. You don't want to go overboard. You don't want to put yourself in situations you can't get out of. Right here, there's 3 guys in here. I'm not exactly looking to go in there, but I did want to do some damage. So what I did was I would put my shield up, I would throw a nice shot, and then I would put my shield back up until I could throw another. And then we just went ham because I really wanted to kill that guy. And then Neon came in at the last second. It was horrible. And guess what happened? We went down to 0 health, but we lived. We made sure we got it. And then we put that shield back up and started to back up, and then we just stayed here because we wanted our neon to be good. And while we did a great job protecting him, Kai did an amazing job on neon and other healers. Shout out to her.
That Tigris. My god, I didn't die!
Shout out to King, John Wick, and Kai. Those guys did amazing, and I do appreciate having a good team get matched up with me, because oh my god, it makes these videos so much easier, and I can actually show you what the character's supposed to do, instead of just me going around and being a crazy person trying to get kills. But if you're into that, that's what this game is. And we are in ranked having fun, and I don't know any of my teammates, so I'm assuming I'm going to have to be in the hill, get all the kills, and probably be the tank healer, so that's great. But not going to lie, I did have 2 healers. It was pretty awesome. And so what we're going to do is we're going to run after everyone we can that's up top. That Iris was so annoying this whole game. I hated it. But luckily, we were able to take them out, and I am trying to make sure if they have a Gloria or that Scotty that gets up top and tries tries to play the high ground, I want to make sure that I stop that and I can leap up to get him. So I will. And right here, we are going after that Scotty because remember, they don't have as much DPS as they probably would like. And while I do maintain it's much better if you stay with your healer, make sure they live, play very good and defensive for your team, you can also just be the guy who runs around with Tigris and just DPSs everybody. So I might as well show that. So the best thing you can do is hit a direct stun. Hit any of your shots you can. If you need to after that, make sure that you use your shield to be able to get your stun back up. If you end up getting low, you can always use your shield back up into stuff and try to get up into those heals. But also, if you find these people on these ledges, you can leap up to them from basically the middle of the hill and they have no shot. If they're playing something like Gloria, Osis, or any of the strong DPS, you're easily going to get them. Right here, this Jabali literally has no chance, and we're just going in their spawn and bullying them at this point. I'm not going to lie, I did have a good team, and their team tried their best, and they had some pretty good players, but they weren't playing together, and they had a terrible comp, so what are you going to do? And luckily for me, I was able to play this game super aggressive and just do whatever I wanted to on zero. I had pretty good teammates, so shout out to them. And right here, we are going to end up having this guy ult us, but we're going to stun his ult, absolutely ruin the Jabali. He has nothing he can do except just try to get the kill, which is impossible. We run into both healers, and oh my god, did I just miss every shot? But it didn't matter. It bounced off the wall and killed the chemist. That was the absolute best thing I've ever done. That was so good. But then it was followed by me literally missing this guy so much. He jumped. He was so annoying. I told you earlier that Iris is annoying. I admit it, bro. That guy had me fuming. But we go in the middle and we make sure that we put out all the damage. The stuns are so good because they really just can't do anything about it. You have a lot of damage that goes through and your damage is huge, similar to Fade, where they are just absolutely unbelievably screwed. We also slowed them out of the hill and got the win on the round. And you can also do really cool stuff, like if you see a Kazama up top or a Damon, you can just leap into them and kill them on the wall with your leap. It's absolutely so fun. Sorry, that was just a YouTube short that I'm going to make later, but it was a lot of fun, so I wanted to put it in the video. And as I said, you can do it with the Damons when they come through. You're doing so much damage, these guys just get absolutely wrecked. But like I said, if you can just get some good teammates, just get a couple friends, or get super lucky and get these guys on your team every time you played solo today. Yeah, that happened to me. That was great. I even played like really far apart too. I played like one, waited 30 minutes. I got him every time on my team. It was so good. But right here, what we're doing is we're just throwing in a little bit of extra damage up through here. Since our things bounce off the wall, if you just throw it in an area that they could come through, like this little hallway, it'll bounce off stuff and actually just kill them randomly. And even if you don't kill them, if you have some teammates that are being helpful, and trust me, if you're a good tank, your teammates, even if they don't know you, will try to help you a lot of the time just because you're helping them. So keeping you alive is in their best interest. But what you can do is you can just get that damage off for everybody and you can totally turn the tides of everything. Because remember, one of your hits is basically half of someone's health. So if you can just do that, you can have a Judex clean it up. Or in this case, we have a Gloria and a Letta and then an Osis. And they are just absolutely having a field day because we can hit these guys for so much damage. Every time we see the Fade, we try to stun him to just try to keep him off of our guys. And that's super important. Right here, he uses his ult, which that Fade ult needs to just go. It's literally the worst thing ever. I don't know why they put it in the game, but I absolutely hate it. Sorry, a little mini rant. But right here, we are going to go for that Fade, and the stun and the shots did work. And then we got an insane shot onto that Judex, making it work. And now we are getting their Tigris with all the damage in the world. We were really just waiting for our stun, but it didn't need to come because, as I said, I had some pretty good teammates. But right there, we were able to do our thing. Again, Kilikai on the Sindri can play a ton of different healers. On this one, I think they play Neon, and then I believe they switched Iris, but this one's a little more of a competitive game, and by that I mean a lot more. These guys are a lot better than some of the other competition. That's why I saved the best for last. So right here, we are going to go in and try to help our teammates, man. They were really stuck over here. We didn't see anyone on the right side, which we originally went to. So we just go back, help our team. Right now, they are basically capping it for free, so we got to get back. But I need to stay and make sure that I'm helping my Neon as well. But you can get a little tunnel visioned, and right here, what we did was we basically just let one guy almost cap the entire thing by himself. Whoops. But luckily, we got there in time to stop it for a little bit. We do have our healer die because we did focus our attention on the people capping it, and we do need to make sure that we try our best to stall. It didn't work out too great, I'm not gonna lie, they got through pretty easy. But then we went back up, and then we are just trying to gatekeep the portal to up top, and the reason for that is not only just to waste the time at the 0 Kelvin and also make it harder for people to want to come up this way and get high ground, you were literally able to hit them from so many angles. And then I have my ult, so I immediately just go down, charge in, hit the stun. We end up getting our teammates to take out 3 of them immediately. And right here, what we're trying to do is we are trying to block damage when we aren't shooting, and the second we can, we just drop the shield and take the shot. That's how we killed the Kelvin. And right here, we are just trying to go in, be a menace from behind, and we get some damage on everybody. And like I said, you don't have to get all the kills. Your teammates will help you, and that is the great part. And that's exactly what was happening there, is we got everyone low. Our teammates are able to do their thing. And right here, we are a little bit far, and I don't necessarily recommend playing them at that distance. But I wasn't really sure what to do because, I mean, we didn't have much cover. Our healer was occupied somewhere else, and it's just a really hard thing to go into by yourself. But look, this shield is tough. It can do work, and that's exactly what we had it doing. Sadly, they were able to get the checkpoint because I just wasn't able to get there in time. But even if you don't have the help at the moment and your teammates are engaged, you can get that shield up. You can give yourself more time. And we were so low, it's insane. But we got ourselves back up, and it's all due to that shield. And I swear, I see Tigris is not using that thing so much, and I don't know why. But the shield is so good. And the biggest thing is you can only shoot once every like 2 seconds or something. So if you shoot shield, like it just makes it to where you take less damage. You can be in the fight for longer, and you just don't have to worry about any of that stuff. And then if you end up getting really trapped, you can just leap yourself out, and always try to make sure that you're within leap range of a heal if you really need it. Right there, I tried to stun him after he used a stun. By the way, I found out that does not work. Do not Tigris stun a charging fade. A lot of things, like I'll stop it, like the ult from the Jabali. It doesn't work with fade. Found that out the hard way. But luckily, our guy used the Mark ult, so that guy can't see at all. And I just decided, you know what, let's go ahead and kill him. Right here, we do see the Damon up there, and I figure I can shoot him and get him down, just not to bother our teammates. And it turns out I actually got the kill. The whole point of that was not to kill him. It was literally just be a nuisance. Remember, you can help your team get to those things that are far away, and also with your leap you could get up there if you needed to. Make sure you're doing your best to get those daemons, to make sure that you're getting all of the people up top like Gloria's. Anything that's that harmful, you want to go get it because it'll help your team so much. And obviously, this is more if you're playing in a secondary tank position. If you're playing the main tank, you just gotta play it on the hill as much as you can. Use your shield sparingly. Do it when you really need to. Make sure that you're protecting your team. But I really recommend this being a supplemental hero. Right here, I'm standing next to our healer, and it just really is so much better if you have another tank. Because he can do all the tanky things. You can be in charge of making sure your healer's fine, your DPS if they need help, or if the other team has those guys up top, you can leap up to them, you can go in, or you can do what I'm doing here, and you're just doing a ton of blast damage over and over, and it's just keeping these guys back. They don't want to go forward because I'm just hitting them with like 2k over and over again. So they are doing their best to kind of avoid that damage, but it makes them so much slower, and this is all about time, especially in professional matches where what you do is just get them to take as long as they need, and then you got more time to go cap. So it can be such a good stall tactic just to be that threat that they cannot take care of. But you want to just throw a disc, hide behind the cart. Throw the disc, hide behind the cart. You don't want to go out full on and try to hit them because you will get blasted. This guy will die really fast. It seems like you have a lot of health and shield and stuff, but you do want to use the cart as much as you can until you get a healer next to you. Then you can kind of do whatever you want. But it is one of those things, if you're throwing out nooses like disc, make sure that you are protected by either a healer or you got the cart like I'm doing. I'm just going out, making sure that I hit one every once in a while, and making sure my teammates have low targets, and it's gonna make it to where my Gloria absolutely balls out, which, I mean, he was doing a good job either way, but still, he has got a lucky position of going in and getting people who are low, and I have the same luxury where he was doing good, so I had some low people as well, and it was just a really good dynamic. He had 18 assists, 23 kills. That glory is a legend, and again, Kilikai, you are godlike on all the healers. Shout out to those guys for real. It's so nice to have good teammates in this. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a great day.